Welcome, Greg Cage.
So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the brain. Now the brain is a very misunderstood organ, because if I were to ask you how your heart works, you would instantly tell me that the heart is a muscle that pumps blood around your body. And if I were to ask you how the lung works, you would then tell me that it exchanges oxygen for carbon dioxide. But if I were to ask you how your brain works, I would get this blank stare and you'd probably mumble something about neurotransmitters or something, because it's a very difficult organ to understand, because you can't just look at it and see what it does like the heart or the lung. It's not a mechanical device, it's an electrical device. And to understand how it works, you have to peer inside a living brain. So let's do that right now. What we have here is a blow-up of what these cells in the brain look like. They're called neurons. Neurons are specialized cells. They have this really long arm, which is called the axon. And across that axon, it sends electrical information, which we call a spike. Now this is one piece of currency that all the information that we take in from the outside world communicates with. So we're going to do an experiment. We're going to try to listen in on this conversation between two neurons. But we're not going to do it using my brain or your teacher's brain. We're going to use it using these cockroaches, because I think our cockroaches are cool, but that's not the only reason why we're going to use them. We're going to use them because they have brains that are very, very similar to ours. They're not exactly like ours, but they're similar enough that if we learn a little bit about how their brains work, we're going to learn a bit how our brains work. So right now I'm putting them into ice water. And the reason why we're putting them into ice water is to anesthetize them. And the reason why we do that is so they don't feel pain, because if you ever had surgery, your parents had surgery, you ever had a cavity filled, you know you want to numb that area that you're going to get the incision done, because you don't want to feel the pain. The same thing with our good friend the cockroach. We're going to be putting in here because we're going to do a surgery. We're going to remove one of his legs. And why are we going to remove his legs? Let's take a look. Because inside of his hairs, his leg is covered with these hairs, and underneath each hair lives a neuron. And that neuron is going to send information about what's happening to that hair. So if you blow on the hair, or if it feels a vibration, it's going to send that information via the spikes, those electrical impulses, into the brain. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove a leg, and we're going to place pins inside the leg so we can listen in on that conversation as that neuron is sending information to the brain. Even though the brain won't be there, it will still send that information. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy out, and I'm going to make an incision right where we said we were going to do that. I'm going to put him on the operating table. He's no longer moving. I'm going to go ahead and snip one of his legs off, like so. And don't worry, they do grow back. We're a very green company. We try to recycle everything. So I'll go ahead and put him back into the ice water so he won't feel that. It allows him to recover. Alright, so I have my leg now, and so you see where I'm putting the pins. I'm going to place one pin into the back of the leg, and the other pin I'm going to put right where those axons are, the ones that we were talking about, that are going to take that electricity coming from the hair cells all the way down to the brain. So let's go ahead and turn it on and take a look, listen to what it sounds like. That's noise. Alright, I have another one prepared, so let's just take a look at that one. So that one was not working, but these are live demos. So you're supposed to have things that are kind of not working all the time. Let's go ahead and listen to this one. Alright. I have no fucking idea what that is. Fuck, I can't do this.
Okay.